Zombie apocalypse.
Now then, hope everyone's alright. It's me, Ben Abuffon here with another roster, and today we're going to be doing the Underworld. A very interesting mix of goblins, Skaven, and a mutated troll. Fantastic. So basically, if you've not seen any of my videos before, what we do, we go through a few team rosters, beginning rosters from 1,000 or under, and I'll tell you what's probably the best ways to start, and then obviously on the online system, if on the PS or Xbox One or the PC, I give you my option of which roster I would use to go for the Cyanide Cup. And what's the official, obviously, Bloodbowl ladder, where you can qualify for the playoffs and even win cash. Fantastic, eh? Gotta love cash. And then obviously after I've said that, then we'll go and look how we could skill these guys up and why we skill them up that way, to give you just a few tips to help you on your way. So, let's get on with it then. So, Underworld. Let's go through the rosters. Like I say, you've basically got a mix here. You can have like 2 Skaven throwers, 2 Skaven blitzers, 2 Skaven linemen, a warpstone troll, and the rest of them are goblins. The good thing about the Underworld is they all can have mutation access just on a normal roll. What's fantastic, especially for the troll, because that makes him absolutely can be deadly and more useful than a normal troll, and he's still 110k. Was fantastic. It's not all good news though, because obviously Skaven think they're better than goblins, and they suffer from animosity. So if you pass to a goblin or hand off to a goblin, you've got to roll 1d6 and get 2+. If you roll a 1, it refuses to pass to the goblin. So yeah, a slight negative there, but not the worst in the world. So there we go. So let's go through the rosters then. This one, as you can see, you get your 3 team rerolls. You get a very nice apothecary, because as if you don't know, a lot of these guys are AV7. I've seen a lot of times where when I played against Underworld, where people just think these Skaven linemen are just awesome because they look so cool next to a goblin. But the thing is, they're not. They're just a dirty lime rat, and they're AV7 and they break and die quite often. So your key players are basically 2 stone vermin and your troll, and obviously your thrower. They're the 4 guys you've got to really have. Most of the time, I don't take a big guy, especially in the first in the beginning rosters. But I think for Underworld is a must. You've got to get him leveled up as quickly as possible. So this build then, so like I say, 3 teaming rolls, 1 apothecary, 2 blitzers, 1 thrower, 2 lamb rats, a troll, and then you've got 7 goblins. So that's not bad. That's basically 13 man roster and 2 on the bench, isn't it? So that's pretty good. And I think this is a really nice build. It gets you all the important pieces, and also gets you that much fun in apothecary, because you don't want to be losing a blitzer early doors. Right, the next one is I've just done it because just in case people want to see what they can do without a troll. Again, 3 team rerolls and 1 apothecary. One thing about Underworld is the team rerolls are really expensive, to 70k, and then obviously after you play the game, they double to 140k, so they're really expensive to get. And this one though gives you haven't got the troll, but it does give you the option of having 2 throwers. It's not bad, I guess. And you've got your 2 blitzers, your 2 alarm rats, and then you've got 8 goblins. So this is a 14-man team, so you'll have 3 on the bench, but I just think this lacks punch. It's great we've got the team rerolls, great we've got the apothecary. Nice having a second thrower, I guess, but it's not really as important as a troll in my opinion. But this does give you the extra goblin for all that, and it does give you a thrower. But I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this roster, but I just wanted to show you what you can get if you just did not want the troll. This is probably going to be the best setup. You could get rid of 2 goblins and get another apothecary, so you go for an extra reroll, so you could go, I don't know, get rid of him, give yourself another team rerolls. You've got 4 team rerolls, but then all of a sudden you've only got 12 players. You don't have a 1-man bench. So Granted, you have the apothecary, and yeah, you have 14 rerolls. So maybe that's better than the 3 rerolls and apothecary with 14 players. I don't know. I'd let you decide that. Me personally, I think you need to troll. Right, okay. The next one, we just been talking about 3 or 4 rerolls. Here's another way you can get the 4 rerolls with the troll in the team. So you got your 14 rerolls. Unfortunately, you have no apothecary. That had to go to get the reroll. You've got your thrower still. You've got your 2 Skaven Blitzers, what are really important, and you've got your Warpstone Troll. You lose your 2 Lamb Rats in this build. And then obviously you've got your Goblins there as well. And there's 9 Goblins, so 13-man roster. So you've got 2 on the bench. Loads of Goblins there, obviously. But at least you get your 4 free roll, and you still keep your Troll and your 3 best Rats. So it's not bad. It's not a bad build. I think it's one of those things where if you definitely want 4 rerolls quite early on, because you just don't like just having 3, then this would probably be the build for you. So then because later on trying to get a team reroll for 140k, I'd rather get it now for just a 70 and then use the other cash to get players. But there you go. So that is the 3 builds. I personally, if I was going into the Championship Cup, I'd take this one because it gets you everything you need. You've got your thrower, you've got your 2 blitzers, you've got 2 lamb rats. Well, basically just for speed purposes as well, and give you a bit of strength. They're not great, but hey, you've got your troll. I think you have to have a troll in this. And don't forget as well, trolls can throw goblins as well. And then obviously you've got these here. You've got your apothecary just in case a blitzer or your troll gets splattered. You can save him. And you got your 3 team rerolls. And I just think this is the best balanced one. So this is the one I'd go with if I was going into the Cyanide Cup. Right then, let's have a look what we do with skills. Now this is going to look a bit busy, this team roster. There we go. I'll try to get as much in here to show you. So we'll start with the throwers. Right, this throw is basically all about the pass. So obviously you start off already with pass. You've got show hands. If you roll a double any time, then I would go in for strong arm because obviously it gives you a +1 to passes short, long, or bomb range. Makes it more better. Then I'd go with accurate. And then it just depends how you want to do this. These are the 5 skills I would be taking. Nerves of Steel is good for the purpose that a lot of times they're going to crash a cage because basically most times goblins are going to be trying to protect you. So obviously if they are completely smashing your cage and they're trying to and you think to yourself, there's no way I'm going to be able to get out of dodge, and you need to pass it, Nerve of Steel would be godsend. Safe Throw is also quite useful as well. Dump Off's not bad, but I won't get Dump Off until I've got Nerves of Steel, just in case you've got someone around the back you can pass it to. This build basically is there to sit back, try and get him protected, and then jump, then run up with his nice movement 7, and then throw it, probably to, a guy who was probably built to catch it. Maybe, dare I say? Like I say, goblins obviously probably to be honest, is probably your best chance to get it to, because obviously your Stone Blitzers are going to be there for guarding and killing sort of thing. And people will say, well, you know what, it's got animosity. Yeah, but the thing is, if you've got a reroll, you could use it if you do roll the 1, because you've already got the built-in pass. And then if you've got a Goblin with catch, he's got the built-in catch reroll. So, that's definitely the way you could go about it. This guy I'd only keep on offense. There's no way I'd be having this guy on defense. It's too valuable. And like I say, +1 accurate, +1 to roll of strong arm as well. Nerves of Steel helps if someone's in your tackle zone, so you don't get any minuses. Safe Throw, obviously, so obviously better chance of not getting incepted. Granted, I do appreciate he's only agility 3, not agility 4. And Dump Off's a skill you could take just in case someone gets to your ball carry and he's going to blitz him, and then you can just dump him off. So It's up to you how you want to go around with what skills to get. But if you can take these 5 skills, you will go wrong. You really won't. Agility upgrade would be fantastic. Strength upgrade wouldn't be too bad either. Armor, I wouldn't take armor. If you did, I'd take it very late on. Movement's the funny one, because obviously the faster the move, the better it is for him, and the shorter the range. So I suppose with movement, it just depends when I get it. To be fair, I'd rather have probably movement on the build, but we'll get to that one. But like I said, that if you want to build a thrower, that's the skills it needs, and if you can get it like that, then it's going to be very good for your team. I just think it's a nice build. But obviously, like I say, it's 76, so he's got to get a bit of luck getting there. Right, the next build for a Skaven thrower is what I class as the running type, who can pass if need be. With this build, you get him blodge, block, and dodge. The thing with dodge is you need to roll a double. If you get block and then you don't roll a double, the next thing to get is 2 heads, so it's +1 to the dodge. But really, you want that double if you can. Now with this one, I've only given him 3 skills because you can branch him off however you want him after this. So blodge 2-headed throw is fantastic. So that means, if the tackle zone's on him, he can get away from on a 2+, as long as I'm going thing like diving tackle, and he can still pass if need be. And he's going to be the hard takedown with having blodge. And then it's just totally up to you how you want to take him on after that. You go down the passing route still. There's still a few things there. There's accurate you can give him. There's dump off. Although I wouldn't really want dump off if I've got blodge, because you just got to hope that blodge keeps him upright. Nerves of Steel is another pretty good one, to be fair. So it's really up to you. General, if you go general wise, you can go for Fend if you wish. But again, if you've got 2 heads, you're dodging away on a 2+, and if you've got dodge skill as well, then obviously it's a 2+ with a reroll. So Fend might not be as important on this build. Kick off return maybe, but again your movement's 7, but I can see that could be quite useful. Mutation wise, I suppose you'd give him big hand if you really want to get it, just in case he's going to pick it up in tackle zones and he's got 2 heads already. But I just think this sort of build he's got already is pretty good. If you're looking to get double and get blodge, then that's fantastic. You could get extra hands, I suppose, +1 to pick up, so it's a 2+ with sure hands reroll. So there's that option as well. But this is the sort of build where you put your own personal tweak on it. Blodge, 2 heads, it'll do a job. Just depends what you want to do after that. Right then, Blitzers. Right then. Well, Blitzers, you've got to have one like this. Blitzers can be made into fantastic killers. Obviously, they already come with block. I would then start with Mighty Blow, then Claw, and then it's totally up to which way you want to go after that. Mighty Blow and Claw's first 2 things. Mighty Blow first because obviously, if you go Claw first, then it's a bit pointless against AV7. The only reason I would take Claw first is if I know I'm going against high armored value targets. I did it once with a Chaos team, and various people like Halsam Cast say, no, I can't believe you took Claw before Mighty Blow, and they never listened to me. It was like, yeah, the reason I took that is because obviously at the time there's some really deadly teams going about, all heavy armored AV9, so I took Claw instead of Mighty Blow. That's the only time I think I've ever took Claw over Mighty Blow. It's just because I knew it was near the end of the cup competition, and a lot of the teams I was playing were kill teams or AV9 teams. So Claw works out slightly better than Mighty Blow, and that's why I took it. But usually you take Mighty Blow, then Claw, and then you substitute. A lot of people like to take Piling On, and that's great because it gives you 2 chances to take him off the pitch. The only problem is if the guy's got blodge, it's going to be harder to take him down. But if you're going to put him like on the line of scrimmage, just trying to get numbers, then obviously Piling On's good. Tackles, obviously you take tackles so you can go hunting the catchers of the team, the ball handlers of the team, and that with blodge, elves and all that. And then frenzy gives you 2 chances of taking out the guy. Just be aware of frenzy traps with stuff like that. Another skill you could go, I am put on there, but I'll put it on now. What is a very good one is Dauntless. So if the big guys like the Black Orcs or Trolls or Croxigors, stuff like that. You can go and rip them up as well. Saurus, you name it. So there's another option. So when you're building a killer, these are the skills. These 6 skills in whichever way you want. Mighty Blow, Claw is a given. You've got to go with them 2 first, in my opinion. Then after that, it's totally up to you. It really is. But this is just a nightmare to go against. The only problem is obviously be very careful with him, because if you do pile on, there's a very good chance the other team is going to foul him. So protect him if he does do that. Don't keep him by himself, because the opposition are going to be. This is going to be their number 1 guy to kill. He's their biggest. He's a big threat to his team. So protect him at all costs. He's only AV8, remember, and he's only strength 3. Agility-wise, agility be good. If I get agility early in the build, then I'd probably change his role. If I got agility later on, it's totally up to you. Agility would make him easy to move around, get to his target. Strength I'd take, no doubt about it, whenever I roll it, because obviously strength 4 means he's going to get 2 dice on most things, and it's going to be harder to knock him down as well. And that's why really I'd take Dauntless later on, because obviously if you took Dauntless after, say, Claw, so you got Mighty Blow, Claw, and then go Dauntless, and then you roll Strength, you'd be like, oh. It still won't be totally bad, because obviously it just makes it easier hitting Trolls and like Tomb Guardians and that, but I think you know where I'm going there with that. So yeah, I mean, these to me, you've got to at least have one like this, because you know, you've not got enough strength as it is, and you haven't got enough hitting power, so you just need a guy like this. Right, your Blitzer, again, starts with block. Now, as you've noticed, we need guard somewhere. Where do we get guard? We've got to get it somewhere, haven't we? And you know, you could go with 2 killer builds with your Stone Vermin, like the one I just shown you, if you wanted to. So have 2 of them. Or if you didn't want another killer build, this is probably the best way to go. Get guard first, so get a bit of assist in there. That's really important. I'd still then go Mighty Blow, because you need your Stone Vermin. It's up to them and your Troll to get rid of the opposition. And then basically what I'd do, I'd then go Tackle and 2 heads. This guy's job would be to be sort of in defense, be just behind your front line, trying to get to any sort of run or anything what got through, and any blodge catch or anything, and take him out. Mighty Blow will help him break their arm, and like I say, most blodgers catchers are very low armored, AV7, AV8 at maximum. So, you know, and 2 heads will make him dodge away on the 2+. So it's going to be harder for people to lock this guard down, and make him easy to get where he needs to. After getting 2 heads, it's up to you what you can get. You could get Claw if you want. Or you can even get Strip Ball if you wish. But it's up to you. Strength I won't pass upon. Strength, agility I won't pass upon. Agility on this roll. Either AV, armor, like on the other build, I probably wouldn't go and take the AV. Movement. I would have picked movement on the killer. This one, later on, I'd probably take it. When I've got him set up with his block, his guard, his tackle, and all that sort of stuff. So maybe, what we're on now, 51 SP. If next level or the level after, definitely would take movement. But they're fast enough as they are. Movement 7. Right then, your Lime Rats. Well, what do you do with these 2 things? Well, obviously, first skill to get them is either block or wrestle. On this build, we've gone for block. Then I'd look at Dauntless, because like I said, apart from the Troll, you've got no strength anywhere. And it's not a given that you're going to take Dauntless on the Stone Vermin. So giving a Lime Rat with Dauntless, you know, is pretty okay, I think, you know. And if on the front line there's a lot of Black Oaks on there, or Saurus on there, or the Strength 4 goodies, you know, it gives you another option to try and get a slight edge on that front line. And obviously, any double, you've got to get guard, because this team severely lacks guard, and every guard piece you can get will help massively towards your team. And if you're getting a killer build Stone Vermin, you're not going to be taking guard on him, so maybe this guy, if he rolls a double, can replace the guard you would have got on your Stone Vermin. After this, it just depends where you want to go. Tackle, it's not a bad thing. Fend isn't a bad thing either, especially if this guy's going to go on your front line. Although you probably go with goblins, but if you do decide to put your line rats on there, on the line of scrimmage, then Fend may be another useful skill. Mutations wise, well, you got your 2 heads. You can have horns if you wish. Prehensive tail could be quite good. -1, that's pretty useful. But you know, I think they're pretty alright where they are like that, to be honest. Right, the other line rat build is quite an interesting one. This guy's basically a guy who goes at the back or near behind the offense line, and they're there to take out anyone who gets through. They start with wrestle, strip ball, tackle. They're your first 3 skills. His sole purpose is if the ball carrier goes through, especially with potatoes or anything like that, he goes there, he gets the ball loose. Simple as that. He gets the ball loose. Frenzy after that, because then it gives you 2 chances to get the ball loose, and also if he's near the sidelines, you could try and save him out as well. If your next level up is a double, then you've got a few options. You can either go leap, what would be quite useful, leaping into a cage on a 3+ with wrestle, strip ball, tackle. That's not bad, is it? Eh? That'd be pretty cool. Or on a normal roll, I would go with 2 heads. Just makes him a lot more, dodging on a 2+ or dodging on 3+ through a tackle zone. The chances of a line rat surviving this far, it would need a bloody miracle, to be honest. But if they do, then hey, a very nice piece indeed. But yeah, even just wrestle, tackle, wrestle, strip ball on these guys is pretty good. And if you're Stormbearer up near the front line trying to kill stuff and that, you need somebody back. And the good thing about Skaven is they are movement 7, so they are very fast. So these guys can cover the backfield. You could get 2 built like this, even with just wrestle, just out the back there. So there you go. So that's all you basically your Skaven. So you've got your passing option there, you've got your running option there. But obviously you can branch off whichever you think's best. You've got your killer. I certainly won't put you off building 2 like this. But if you only want the 1 killer, then obviously this is a good option, because obviously it gives you a bit of everything. It gives you your guard, what you solely need. It gives you your tackle as well, so you can go catch your hunting or blodge hunting, whatever you want to call it. And then Mighty Blow will obviously help you break armor, and the 2 heads make sure they don't get bogged down, and they can dodge more reliable on a 2+. Stand Skaven, there you go. Block, obviously. Dauntless is useful against bigger opposition, stronger opposition, and guard. If you can get guard, that's fantastic, because you need guard. And then obviously we've got the other line rat, what basically is your safety, sits out the back, and his job is to get rid of the ball, get the ball loose, and obviously wrestle, strip ball, tackle are good for that. When you've got them sort of skills, obviously Friends is good, 2 heads is good, obviously, like I said, for dodging and getting to the ball carrier. And then you've also got the option, if you roll double, to go for leap, or leap into cage on a 3+, and there's a very good chance, if you've got the other skills, that the ball carrier will lose the ball. So he would be a very nice thing. The only problem is, like I said, AV7 Lamrats don't live very long. Anyway, let's go to the goblins then. We'll start off with the typical fouling goblin. Obviously, on normal rolls, you can have sneaky git, what basically means that if you roll a double but don't break armor, it doesn't get sent off. Dead player is a double, and that's basically +1 to the armor break, or +1 to the injury. If you break the armor without using the dead player skill, then you add it to injury. So it's a really good skill to have. It depends. I mean, if I roll a double, there's a lot of other doubles I'd like to give to my goblins and a data player. If you want to build one, then that's fine. Sneak Hit's not bad either. I think I'd more like go with just 1 Sneak Hit goblin going around just stamping on whatever and hope he breaks armor. I think if I'm rolling doubles, I think unless my team's really well developed, I wouldn't be taking data player first, to be honest. So this build, And to be honest, I've said a lot of positive things about Cyanide. One thing I don't like is this head. It just looks stupid. What on earth? Seriously? Don't like it. But anyway, this is an interesting build. It's a bit of a bizarre build, this one. This one comes with Disturbing Presence. Yes. So, just in case you don't know what Disturbing Presence is, there you go. Any player must subtract 1 from the d6 when they pass, intercept, or catch for each opposing player with Disturbing Presence. That is within 3 squares of them. Even if the goblin's stunned, or he's prone, he's on the floor, it still works. And the stack. So if you've got 2 or 3 goblins with Disturbing Presence, around, say, I don't know, the guy with the ball, they're going to be at -2, -3 to pass the ball. Or if they're on the catcher, say you've got 2 of these guys on the catcher, that's a -2 to catch the ball. So, you know what? It's just a normal roll, because obviously you've got access to mutation. Obviously, you'd use these guys on defense. And it's just another option, basically. I've not seen anyone with one of these yet, but it's just another way where if you're trying to stop people from passing, getting a few of these guys in the backfield is really good. And basically, if you're trying to make your opposition run the ball instead of passing. 2 heads would be the obvious next choice, because obviously you want to get these guys where you need them, and dodging on a 2+ is a lot easier than on a 3+. So you want to get them near the target who you think is going to either catch the ball or throw the ball. So for 80k, they're not bad. Right, this is one we see a lot of the time with stunters. It's 2 skills, sidestep and diving tackle. Basically, if they don't knock you off, then they're going to either have to dodge away with a -2 thanks to diving tackle, or stay put. Again, it's an annoying combination of skills, and I know why people do it. I've done it as well. The only problem with this set of skills is they don't live very long, because eventually someone's going to hit them and they're going to break. Like I said in my other videos, if you can get them into running lanes instead of giving away a free block, that is a lot better. Because then that means they're going to have to use their only blitz to take this guy out, and then they're not guaranteed to take him out. Or they're going to have to go dodge past him, and then diving tackle kicks in. Or they're going to have to go another way around, what's usually a longer way. So I'm not going to say much more about these guys, because like I say, almost in every video with stunners, I've told you what I think of these guys. Now this is a fun one. This is an interesting one. People are going to look at me and go, Bernie, you've completely lost it. I probably have. A chance of a goblin living this long, it would be impressive as well. But this is another defensive build with the goblin. You start off with catch, because I think catch is the best thing to do, because obviously you can hand it off to them and they're a scoring threat as well. And if they get a pass lane, it's a reroll for an intercept. Then I go pass block. If you obviously you've got to roll a double, and then obviously keep him near the target you think the ball's going to go to, or near the passer. And obviously he'll move 3 squares and get a -1 either on the pass attempt, or he'll get himself in front of the passer and the catcher, and has a great chance to intercept. Yeah, it will be 6+, but you do get the reroll with the catch. And after that, I would then go. You can either go long legs or you can go extra arms. They both give you a +1 to the intercept. So if you go long legs, it's +5 with a reroll to intercept. Extra arms +5 with a reroll to intercept. If you get both of them, it's 4+ for an intercept with a reroll. So bloody good chance if you getting that ball there. And again, people might not. If people aren't paying attention to your skills, they're probably oblivious to this sort of build, and he can get himself right there. Even with just catch and pass block, you can get him right in front of the catcher, and you're going to get 2 dice trying to get a 6. And even if you don't, you're still a -1 for the guy to catch it, and then on top of that, if he wants to dodge away, it's still a -1 to dodge away. So even just with catch and pass block, a guy like this, it's decent. I like this build, and I think it's something what your opponent would not expect. Right then, this guy basically is a cage breaker. He goes into the cage. Start off with wrestle, because obviously, again, has to be blocked. So this sort of build, I would do this build if on the first skill you rolled a double, and then I'd get wrestle. I'd follow that up with horns, because obviously it gives you +1 strength to when you blitz, and then after that I'd give him 2 heads. So it's going into any sort of cage on a 3+, 2 heads makes him go into a cage on a 2+, and because he's got horns, it makes him strength 3. So the chances are he's either, if he's against goblins or skinks, and then got no guard assist, he's going to get 2 dice. Against most other ball carriers with strength 3, he'll get a 1 die block with wrestle. And you know what? It's worth having. This is a very good build. And again, if you've got a, you know, if you decide to pick a guard goblin as well, you could try and get him in first, and then he can go in, and with the guard assist, you get 2 dice. Stunty is really good for cage breaking. Agility on this guy. Will I take agility on this guy? I don't know. Usually you would, wouldn't you? But at the same time, you've got to think of TV. If I've got wrestle and horns, and I haven't picked 2 heads yet, probably could go with agility, yeah. If I've already got 2 heads, because he's got stunty, I don't think I need the agility. Strength? Hell yeah. I'll definitely get strength on this build. Absolutely. Armor? Probably not. Movement? I'd take very late on. I think you've just got to get this guy protected, get ready to strike in a turn, and let him go. If I got another double, what would I go for? Ooh, God. I'd probably go with tackle. Tackle or strip ball. I think I'd go with. I don't think I'd pick Dauntless. So this is a real nice build, and I strongly recommend having at least 1 or 2 of these on your roster. Definitely. I think wrestle is such a key thing, because blodge is good, but the thing is, you're Skaven, you're going to be carrying the ball more time than not. So the next best thing is having all these lovely, nice goblins with wrestle and like things like horns and trying to break cages. And it helps you from the other opponent from stolen as well, because people like to stone things in the cage. You think, yeah, we're nice and safe here. Not when you've got stunty goblins flying about who can gain to cage either on a 2+ or a 3+. So definitely get at least 1 of those. This is another option where if you definitely want to take block, if you roll a double, again, if you roll a double first up, take block, then 2 heads, and then I'd take big hand. Basically, this guy is a ball retriever, and also with him having block, he can be a ball handle as well. If you then rolled another double, you could go with sure hands if you wish, what saves you from strip ball. So like war dancers coming into your cage and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with this build, but again, personally, I'd be letting my rats handle the ball more than not. So, and obviously with rats having mutation access, you can give them 2 heads and all sorts to make them, you know, a lot more better at dodging. So this sort of build, it's alright, but I think I'd rather go wrestle, the wrestle cage breaking build, to be honest. But like I say, having big hand is fantastic because it ignores tackle zones. So ignoring tackle zones, getting into the loose ball, and if you've got 2 heads, it's a 2+ to get to the ball, and then it's going to be a 3+ to pick it up with a big hand. And obviously, it's great in Pouring Rain as well, because obviously that doesn't give you any sort of bonuses. After that, you can go extra hands, what gives you +1 to basically pick the ball up. Just show you. If it'll let me. There you go. Pick up, catch, or intercept. So that give him. That basically means he's picking up on a 2+. Doesn't matter how many tackle zones around him. Also helps with intercepts as well, and handoffs, catches. It's a great thing to have. Strength wise, would I take strength? You don't really ever want to say no, do you, on strength? And with him having blodge, I suppose you probably would take strength. Agility, yeah, I'd definitely take agility, especially if I haven't got extra arms yet, or big hand. Armor value, probably wouldn't take, and movement, probably wouldn't either, unless I'm trying to make him into my ball handler. But again, like I said, your rats are better suited to that. Right. Okay. This is just a funky build. Um, I don't even know why I really did this one. Um, it's basically trying to, if you don't want to dodge into a cage, what you should really be wanting to do, because hey, you got stunty. But let's say, for instance, you're fed up because I've always got tackling there, and you're always failing them and stuff, and you're always failing 3+s, even with a reroll. Then this is the other option you've got. But again, it's still gonna be a 3+. Um, Long legs obviously gives you +1 to the leap. So it's a 3+, dodging into the cage with wrestle, gave him horn, so it gets +1 strength. Personally, myself, I really don't see any value with this at all. The only reason I built this guy is because I have a feeling some people might build it. And to be honest, in my humble opinion, this is just a waste and a lot of TV bloat. It really is. You're better off just getting 2 heads, and that makes him more reliable than very long legs and sleep put together, because he's then dodging into cage on 2+. So this is a build I would definitely not do, unless it's just for fun. If you're just doing it for fun and you think it's funny seeing a goblin leap all over the place, by all means, this is the build for it. But to me, it's a waste of TV. Right, this guy, basically, you can do him 2 ways. This is the sort of guy I built sort of like, how can I put it, into some sort of like, how can I put it, ball carrier sort of, or just basically make him faster, because it obviously gives him short feet, so obviously it makes him a lot more safe using the 2 GFRs with his built-in reroll, and then sprint gives him +1 movement. So basically, it can sort of as safely move 9 squares if he wishes with that built-in reroll, and then your 2 heads basically makes him dodge all of the players on a 2+. Personally, what I would do with this guy, I wouldn't make him ball handler. The next skill I'd give would be catch. You get a few of these guys running about in the opponent's end zone, then obviously it gives you the option of a quick score. And obviously, a good thing with catch as well is obviously if you want to try and throw with a troll, the handoff, you've got built-in reroll. And like I said, yes, there is animosity, but what you've got to remember, if your pass is trying to throw him it, you've got the pass reroll built in, you've got the catch reroll built in, so that spare reroll you've got can be used just in case you fail animosity. Again, this isn't a bad build. This makes the guy move about a lot, very nicely. 2+ moving wherever he wants, and obviously the short feet skill gets you a built-in GFI reroll. Was fantastic. It's not my favourite build, but it's just another build you can do. This basically build is again another scoring threat build, and also as well if it's got the added bonus again that if someone throws the ball and he's in their passing lane, he gets +1 for the extra arm, so he's got a 5+ with a reroll chance of intercept. But this guy's really built for scoring. You get him in their backfield, he's got catch, he's got extra arms, he's got 2 heads, so you can like pass it to him or hand it off to him, and then obviously with the 2 heads, he's got a good chance of taking it into the end zone. And the good thing about this guy as well is even if you're just using him as just like, you can use him like as a threat, but these sort of builds will get so many defenders around them. It's unreal. So if this guy can pull 2-3 defenders, that's going to leave big gaps for your faster Skaven to exploit. Like I said, this is a nice build, and this takes no doubles at all. So there's just a few goblin ones. The thing we haven't seen yet is the troll. And the troll is so great on Underworld teams. I just made him a legendary because I just want to show you all the important skills to get. If you don't roll a double first up, then to me, Claw is a must. Because you need to take people out. And he's already got Mighty Blow, and having Claw is a fantastic synergy. And he will strike fear into your opposition. After that, I would go Tentacles, just because obviously then anything that tries to run away from him, I have to make a tentacle roll, and basically it just means he can just keep hitting people. Guard obviously is you need guard somewhere. Usually guard with the first skill you take probably on the troll, because of you've got so many nice skills beforehand. You have to wait till the third level up, I'm afraid. I mean, you could put him ahead of tentacles if you wish. Claw is a must in my opinion first up. If you roll a double at any time, even your first skill, then take block, because obviously block makes him more reliable. If you got a second double, then obviously pro would be very tempting to make him more reliable, or maybe dodge, and then that would work well with break tackle for cage breaking. But let's just say you just get normal rolls. Guard's good. Stand firm keeps him in place. You can also blitz the side of a cage. Get yourself in there next to the ball carry. You've got tentacles already, so you've got tentacles on him. They can't push you away because you've got stand firm unless someone's got juggernaut. And that's a pain in the backside for any opponent. Break tackle gives you a chance to cage break. And it stops you from being stuck with, say, a zombie on you. It basically lets you go wherever you want as break tackle. And obviously if you've got dodge as well, it gives you a viable cage breaking option as well. Although, you've got better options with goblins and stuff like that you can build to get the ball loose. And obviously, like I said already, block is very good. A troll is such a big piece on the Underworld. I can't stress that enough. And having access to mutation is just fantastic. It really is. It gives you so many options. Obviously, if you want to throw goblins, then obviously get strong arm. But I don't think you need it, to be honest. I just think claw tentacles is great. I mean, you could even pass guard for stand firm. If you're going to say, right, I'm going to cage break with this guy all the time, then I'd take stand firm before guard, because obviously you're trying to hit the cage. But beware people like Necros or Undead or Khemri or anyone will send their trash pieces just to tie him up. So that's why break tackle can be quite useful. But again, I'd probably get that later on. But yeah, the troll is a key piece. He's your enforcer, and he will scare a lot of people. And if people are worried about him, it might give you better plays like your stone vermin or your really good goblins, a bit more breathing space, shall we say. So there you go. That is basically Underworld. Like I said, the builds are limitless, endless. You can build them however you want. I mean, I could go on and get some more builds on there. We could be going on for over an hour. Obviously, what I don't want to do. But the thing with the Underworld is, like I said, your stone vermin and your trolls, they're there to get rid of pieces. There's two ways to build your throwers, your Skaven throwers. I'd build one each. Your lime rats, try and get guard them if you can. Failing that, go with just the wrestle, strip ball, tackle sort of thing, and sim out the back for anything what gets through. Because there will be times things will get through, because obviously you've got a lot of goblins here. And then, like I say, you've got so many different options here for goblins. Like I said, I wouldn't take the data player option, not until the rest of the team's well built. The Stern Presence to me is a really crafty thing, and it really will probably surprise a lot of your opponents and make them change their tactics slightly. Or if they don't, then you could get yourself a big turnover, because a lot of people forget, even when Nurgle, they even forget Nurgle having the Stern Presence. So you can imagine it'd be quite easy to forget a couple of goblins having it. Pass block's a fun thing to have, but I think the most important build to try and get is this guy. It really is. Wrestle, horns, two heads. Get a couple of them guys, because they are game changers. And if you can get and then if you somehow are looking to roll a strength on this, then wow, he becomes awesome. But like I say, you can have pot shots of one dice on these guards, then it's well worth the risk. So that is out of all the builds, that is the build I try and get. As soon as I get double, don't go block, don't go show hands, because your Skaven will be carrying the ball. Go wrestle, definitely go wrestle. This is the build you want, guys. You'll get this build, it'll win you games, guarantee you. It might it might cost you a few rerolls, and it's not going to work every time, but I tell you what, this will win you games. And also, this will worry your opponent, because he knows you've got a guy who can one dice into a cage on a 2+. And he's going to get, more times than not, he's going to have the 1 die because of the horns. The only time, obviously, it's a problem is if the guy's got guard all the way around. But yeah, fantastic. Anyway, that's me done for Underworld. I hope you've liked the video. Like I say, any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section. Like I said, please subscribe, because obviously that will let you know when all my other videos goes up. Because like I said, I am going to do all 24 roster videos of all the races, what Cyanide have brought out. I've also got videos already of the goblins, the ogres, halflings, elven union, Kislev Circus, and this is the Underworld as well. We've got the vampires and Amazons to come, and then after that we'll be looking at the normal races, what are already here. If there's any particular race you really want to see first, let me know. I know I've had a lot of people wanting to know about Necro, so they might be quite up, and obviously people keep telling me about orcs. Yes, I will get the orc one done as well. So that's me done. Like I said, please subscribe, please leave comments. Hope you like the video, and stay tuned for the next one. I'm hoping to get another video done today. I've got this one done pretty early in the morning, so hopefully I'll get another one. I'm not sure if it's going to be vampires or Amazon yet, but hopefully I'll get it done today. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the Bloodbowl pitch. Bye bye. Myself, take me right back to the start.